Good morning. I'm pretty sure I'm in labor right now. You would think by my 4th child I would be certain, but I'm not. It is currently 4:45 in the morning. If you hear the sound machine, it's because everyone is still sleeping, obviously. I'm worried about waking them up before I should probably get ready to like go. But instead, I'm finishing up some work. At least I'm not cleaning my carpets like I thought I would be doing. I was just thinking, oh, my contractions have really tapered out. They're not that intense yet. Obviously, I can speak like nothing's happening. Okay, update. It's been a few hours. I got ready. It's almost 8 o'clock. Alex took the kids to school and my labor kind of stalled out. The reason I got out of bed at like 4:15, 4:30 in the morning was because they were like 4 minutes apart. And I was like, dang, I guess I better get up. But now that I'm like up and doing things, which is supposed to make things go faster, yeah, they're like 8 minutes apart. So we're just gonna hang out here for a little bit. I'm sitting on my yoga ball, which ironically I couldn't find for like hours. You would think something so big, how could you misplace it? I also kind of don't want to drive in Tampa traffic. So I'm okay with the labor kind of fizzling out at this moment. I guess that's it. So I'm currently having a contraction and I can talk through them. So I know it's not like go time, you know? But I will say this, back labor is no picnic, okay? Man, I'm not sure I had this amount of back labor, and that's what woke me up this morning. It was my back was hurting. I didn't necessarily feel the contractions, I just felt it in my back. And I thought, oh, maybe I'm just sleeping in a weird position. Anyway, it ended up being contractions, but I think it's because I have an anterior placenta, or maybe the way that the baby is positioned right now, but the back labor is not cool, okay? Okay, update. We are headed to my 41-week appointment today. It just happened to be today. And my labor has like stalled out. It's so sad. This has never happened before, but thankfully I have an appointment today to get my membranes swept. And they're gonna check me for dilation for the first time. I'm 41 weeks. And they're gonna do an ultrasound, non-stress test and all that stuff. So hopefully, best case scenario, I go in there and they say, oh, you're in labor, go to the hospital. Or, no, you're just in prodromal labor, go home. So we'll find out soon enough. Alex is gonna drive. I've got my hospital bag in the back, just in case it's go time, you know? Fingers crossed. I wanted to update. Oh my gosh. I was so bummed. Ask Alex in the car. I was like, I doubt I'm 1 centimeter. This labor stalled out. This is the worst. I get here, the ultrasound went great, right?
Yeah, that was good.
The blood clot is like a non-issue, super. And then I got checked and I got my membranes swept. I got a membrane sweep, whatever. And I'm 5 centimeters. I'm 5 centimeters. It made me so happy.
That's
right?
awesome. Yeah, right. I can tell you're happy.
I can't believe it. Let's go have a baby. Not yet though. We're at Target because where else would I go to walk around and labor at? So people have told me that the membrane sweep sparks up labor, but then sometimes sizzles out. It definitely sparked things for me, and it wasn't as uncomfortable as people told me it would be. So far, they're like 3 minutes apart, and Alex is like, you ready to go to the hospital? I'm gonna wait it out just a little longer. Right?
Right.
We got some shopping to do. Okay?
We still have to stop at Taco Bell on the way.
We still have to make sure Alex eats a meal. Okay.
Grab that and see it dry.
So I found my push present. I'm currently having a contraction. But look at that freaking gnome. pretty ridiculous that I'm in Target having a contraction.
Especially if you got the hour that I have.
Alright, she's having contractions in the parking lot like every minute. But she had to be at Target to walk it out. And then her water's gonna break at Target in the parking lot.
Completely stalled out like 2 hours ago. The membrane sweep. I've heard people say like, oh, it sparked labor, and then it fizzles out, and I don't want that to happen. But now my contractions are like just a few minutes apart, so it's time to go. Alex is like, what did you say in there?
Let's just go.
Okay. We have arrived at the hospital with all of our belongings.
He's glad I ran back to the car because we forgot to get this.
Oh, the valet ticket?
Can't lose it.
No longer at Target. Welcome to triage. It's 2:40. That's not right.
No, it's not right, is it?
It's 2:20? 2:40. Didn't you just look at your clock and say it was 2:19?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
It's 2:40. Surprise to us. Contractions are ramping up, which is good. So I'm gonna get checked and we'll see how dilated I am. Again, when was I last checked?
2 hours ago.
Has it been 2 hours?
12:30. Oh, wait.
So if I'm at a 6, I'll be happy.
Looking good.
Wow. Like my new gown?
So I tied her side, but it wasn't good enough, so she untied it, and now she's doing it again.
I didn't untie it.
And then, she can't go over the fact that socks and sandals
Oh my
on.
gosh, can we talk about the socks and sandals? I can't.
We rushed through emergency, and I said, I don't have time to put my shoes on. And I said, I'm not here to make a fashion statement.
I am.
Oh yeah. I can see it. What'd you say?
So I can't believe we're about to have another baby right now.
It's been 10 months you've been simmering on this,
10
and
months.
right now you can't.
I can't believe it's happening right now. This is the earliest I've ever given birth. 1 day shy of 41 weeks. I mean, come on. Thank you.
How was that one?
I'm getting there.
1 minute later.
What do you guys have it?
We don't know. They don't tell us. Nobody ever does that. She said. This is already like 10 times better than St. Joe's. St. Joe's is like darker and.
Don't talk crap.
No, I like it. You guys are super
we know
nice.
where to go.
8 centimeters. We're getting the, what is this? That's not Pitocin, it's penicillin. Because I'm group B. People say it burns, but I don't.
Well, we gotta do it and we gotta do it slow, so it shouldn't be.
Yeah, they did a good job. I don't feel anything.
Yeah. But
Okay.
it does.
Contractions.
really care about your socks right now.
She cares about my socks right now.
Something you want to put on, or you just want to?
Yeah.
Be me.
My body's pushing.
It's okay, hon. It's okay.
I didn't give you my birth plan, but I want delayed birth clamping.
Anything else? Particular?
No, that's pretty much it. That is so nice, right?
Goodness.
7.9. 7 pounds, 9 ounces.
I don't even know if we gave you guys the stats. I tried to get ready for you, but really I just haven't showered and I'm gonna re-braid my hair. Just living that postpartum life. You know what I mean? Nice and fresh. But here is baby girl. Nice dark eyebrows. Just like daddy. So I'm not sure if we even explained really much of anything because it all just happened so fast yesterday. It was a whirlwind. Let me sit down here. Nice and slow. How about over here? This is better. Because I did get stitches. I did tear. I have a 2nd-degree tear, but just a small one. So she was born at 3:56 p.m. yesterday, November 14th. She weighed 7 pounds 9 ounces, my smallest baby by a huge margin. My other babies were 8'14", 8'15", and 9'10". So this one was, I mean, we knew she was going to be small because of everything that happened during my pregnancy. So that was fun. And then at my ultrasound, right before, because I had my 41-week appointment, I think I explained to you guys, they estimated her weight, and I'm pretty sure they estimated it right on the money. I'm gonna call just to see if they even put it in the chart. I think that would be so fun, because normally ultrasounds are off by like a pound, you know? But after she was born, she peed on me twice and she pooped before they weighed her. But she did nurse, so I don't know how that affects the weight. Anyway, what else is there? Oh, she was 21 inches. And so I think she's our longest baby. I think Wentworth was 20 inches and the others were like 20 or 19, but I don't think they were 21. What other stats are there? Weight, length, I can't think. I actually got a solid like 3.5, 4 hours of sleep last night. And when I say last night, I mean between like 10:30 p.m. and what time did I wake up? 7. Not so bad, could be worse. Okay, anyway, so weight, length, time, date, anything else? She's been nursing well. She got a little checkup from the pediatrician. She has a little tongue tie. She said if it is an issue with breastfeeding, I could take her to a specialist and they would like snip it, I guess. None of my other kids have had that issue. So far breastfeeding's been going really well, so we'll just keep an eye on it. She also has a little mark on her eye, which Alex and I thought might be a hemangioma, because all of our kids have them, but they typically show up like a couple weeks when the baby's a couple weeks old. So the pediatrician said that it just looked like that's how she was laying in the womb, like she was just the way that she was positioned. Anyway, so we'll keep an eye on that as well. I can tell you that the hospital food here is not as good as the other hospital that I delivered at. I get why people aren't really into hospital food now, but they're feeding me, so I'm happy about it. Also, okay, back to the birth. So I went into my appointment at like 1 p.m. I had an ultrasound, well, it was a 12:30 appointment. I left it at around 1:15. I had an ultrasound to check on baby and all the things, and then I had my 41-week like appointment, and they checked me for the first time. I was 5 centimeters. You guys saw my excitement and my surprise. I really did not think I was 5 centimeters. So that was awesome. And I left that appointment. I got a membrane sweep, and the doctor stayed in the room and like spoke to us for a little bit, which was really cool. And when we were leaving the appointment, right away, I started feeling contractions, and I wasn't sure if they were gonna stick because everyone was telling me about it. So Alex and I decided to drive to the mall to walk around, but right next to the mall was a Target. So of course you guys know I'm gonna pick Target over the mall. So we walk around for not long at all before Alex notices the change in my behavior while I'm having contractions, and he's like, it's time to go to the hospital. So we come to the hospital around 2:30. We get into a triage room around 2:50. They hook me up to a non-stress test. They check all my vitals and all that stuff. And they check me, and I'm 8 centimeters. What? So they get a room ready for me, and the midwife is like, you want to labor in the tub. She just got the vibe from me. She's like, I cannot believe you are handling your 8 centimeter contractions like that. And then the nurses when they were like getting the room ready, they were like, where's the woman in labor who's 8 centimeters? Like, no one could believe. And I don't know how other people labor. I mean, everyone labors differently, right? So anyway, it was so cool to I labored. I had a few contractions on the birthing ball. They pumped my penicillin right away as fast as they could, and they were like, this is gonna burn, but like we gotta get it through. And to be honest, I did not feel a thing. So I don't know, and they said they diluted it, so I don't know if that made a difference, but it wasn't a whole IV bag, it was like a small one. And then also, keep losing my train of thought. Sleep deprivation is happening, okay? Okay, so I had some contractions on my birthing ball while the tub was filling up and while I was getting the penicillin. After a few contractions, I looked at Alex and I said, the baby is coming. Like, I felt the pressure of my water. And so the midwife was like, okay, let's get you in the tub. And so I moved to the tub and I had a contraction right as I was getting into the tub, and I thought, no, like, we're not gonna labor in the tub. Like, we're gonna have a baby in this tub because the baby's like coming. And you're not supposed to, at least here at the hospital, they're not really allowed to have you birth in the tub, but this midwife was like, you can handle it. I have to interject here and tell you, I still have no idea why the midwife allowed me to birth in the tub. She was so amazing, and I'm sure she was breaking the rules, but I am so grateful that she did that for me. It was such a wonderful experience, and I couldn't thank her more. So I got in, and it was such a different experience from anything else. No one was coaching me. No one was like, okay, pull your knees up, hold your breath, count to 10, push real hard. Like, it wasn't like that. And as soon as I got in the water, the relief, oh my gosh, I can't even explain it to you. It's the first time I've ever like labored. I pushed in the water, but it was wonderful. So if you ever have the chance or opportunity to do that, you should do that. So I think the second contraction I had in the tub, I was like, I told my midwife, like, through the contraction, I said, my body's pushing, and she said, okay, like, find a good position. So I think 2, maybe 3 more rounds of contractions and baby came. And what was cool about it was that I was pushing and my waters hadn't broken at that point. And my amniotic sac was still intact. So I was pushing and the sac was coming out like far enough to where I could see it. And I was like, this is crazy. I thought maybe I would have a baby born like in call. But the midwife told me to like get up on my knees and just hover over the water. So I think she ruptured the sac, and then like literally seconds later, the baby came out. So that was a really cool experience just to have my body. And I asked the midwife after like one contraction, I said, any tips? And she said, you're doing great. And I was just like, I felt like I was being very vocal and very loud, more so than I normally am. But it was so cool and such a unique experience that I haven't had before, so it was a good time. And so I had her at 3:56, so I was really only at the hospital for like an hour and a half. I wasn't even in my room for like an hour before I had her. It was so crazy. But I legit thought after my labor stalled out, I thought, nope, baby's not coming today. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out. I hope this gave you some inspiration on your labor. Congratulations to you if you're pregnant. And just know that your body is capable and it's going to be a wonderful experience. Regardless of how your labor and delivery turns out, hopefully you will have a healthy baby at the end of it, right? Because that's all we can hope for. Oh my gosh, and look at these sleepers. They're halo sleepers. Coolest thing ever. I want one for my house. You can like glide it and move it and the side comes down. It's so nice to be able to stay in bed and be able to handle the baby without having to like completely get up out of bed. Do you know what I mean? So apparently they've only had these for like a few days, so I'm very lucky. Also, I know some of you may be interested to see like postpartum one day, what a belly looks like. They say it's supposed to look 6 months. It looks bigger than this in real life. Don't let the camera fool you. I still look about, 7 months pregnant, but this will go down, and my uterus has already been going down a little bit as it is, so that's part of postpartum life. Your uterus will contract back to pre-pregnancy size. It just takes a while. Don't believe the lies that the camera tells. Anyway, I'm almost out of snacks. It was a great idea, but I wanted to share with you. This After Ease herbal tincture is amazing. It doesn't taste great, but you just do it, and it really helps, in my opinion. Okay, time for me to rest. Good night.